Welcome to Vaping Zone University. Today's class in Vaping 101 is the T2 eGo kit from Vaping Zone. We'll go over the unboxing, how to charge it, how to fill the T2 clearomizer, and how to vape. Let's get started. So now, as you can see, it comes with a nice Vaping Zone case. We've got one eGo battery, one T2 clearomizer with an extra coil, a wall adapter, which looks like this, and a pass-through charger, which looks like this. So your full kit should look like that. All right, let's go over charging. With your kit comes the wall adapter, the USB connector. Notice the light is always on. It'll always be on when the adapter is plugged into the wall. We've got your eGo pass-through charging cable. The pass-through cable has a USB connector, which can go either in your computer or into the wall adapter. We've got the mini USB, which goes into the bottom of the battery. We unscrew the battery. As you can see, they can connect. Notice the red light. The red light comes on when the battery needs to charge. When the battery is finished charging, the red light here on the bottom of the battery will turn off. All right, now let's talk about your T2 clearomizer. As you can see here, it's got wicks going down the side of the tank and up into the coil. You've got a milliliter gauge that goes, I believe, from 2.4 milliliters down to 0. Just something to keep in mind, you always really want to keep it to about 0.8 milliliters. You never want to let it get too much further below that because it'll have a lot of trouble wicking the juice into the coil and you'll end up getting burnt and bad flavor. So now let's go ahead and fill this guy up. First, we remove the top cap, like so. Set it aside. As you notice, the coil is replaceable, but before you fill, always want to make sure it is finger tight. Now, we'll take our favorite e-liquid and when filling, you want to place the top of your e-liquid bottle on the center pipe, not on the tank. And as you drip onto the center, it should go just right down the center pipe into the tank, beautifully. As you fill, slow, patience is rewarded. Every once in a while, stop and spin the tank because you want to make sure you get all the wicks fully saturated with e-liquid. And we fill up to just where the wicks touch the center post in the coil. And there you go. Now, replace the top cap. Always make sure just finger tight, never over tighten. When you over tighten, it puts pressure on the wicks and the coil, which will cause either flooding or choking of the coil, and it'll lead to very bad flavor and very bad vapor. Now, we take a napkin and put about 3 drops, 1, 2, 3, down the air hole. bring the napkin up, blow like you're blowing out your birthday candles, and set aside for at least 30 minutes. This will give the opportunity for the wick to soak up the e-liquid and the coil to get saturated so that when you vape, you won't have burnt flavor or burnt coils. Let's give it a minute. Okay, now that we've given our Clearmizer the opportunity to sit for a minute or two and for the wicks to soak up the e-liquid into the coil, fully saturate it, let's give it a vape. Remember, when attaching it to the battery, always just finger tight, never over tighten, because that may strip the threading or break the tank. Both are bad situations. Now, vaping is not like smoking. It's more like taking a sip out of a straw. So we first press the button, take a sip. That's good. So now, I hope you found this informative, and until next time, happy vaping.